So if we take what you just said and now want to apply it to the trigger events in people's lives and the trigger event communities, how do we do that?
Well, they're looking for something that's very, very different. And so from our content strategy perspective, we need to engage that audience differently. Mm-hmm. What they're looking for is expertise. And what they want to know is, can you help me get from point A to B to C all the way through to Z in whatever the trigger event that I'm dealing with? And so if you're going to engage them, it's no longer a peer-to-peer engagement. You don't want to have that a whole lot because you're not interested in talking to people that are as lost as you are. Mm-hmm. You want to talk to the expert. And so in engaging them, I like to counsel the people that I work with to think in terms of tools that you could give them. Oftentimes it could be educational things. It could be a webinar where they could listen to an expert and then ask them questions. You want to have a two-way dialogue, but it's more expert to or influencer to the group as opposed to the group talking amongst themselves. And so they're really looking for that expertise, which is the key. One great example of a really good trigger event community is called Circle of Moms. And Circle of Moms is a massive site of moms getting together to talk about things that are impacting. And it's called Circle of Moms, but certainly dads or whoever the home person is are welcome. But what it does is, if you look at it, it's broken into micro communities that move you through as your children age. So it's having a baby. What do I do with the 1 year? What about the terrible twos? What about the wonderful threes? And it takes you through year after year. And they also have things on health. What do I do with nutrition? And it's all mingled together. And what they are moms seeking out experts to say, okay, what do I do this year? And what's important this year? And what should I plan for next year? And those sort of questions where they're asking people who know what it is. And so the experts are oftentimes experienced moms. They're also really important bloggers or influencers. They also have companies in there. I mean, if you are a diaper company, when the child's that young, you can talk about it, but you can't sell your diapers. But you can talk about what you should look for in a good diaper, or what sort of things do you want to do, because that's what they want, is information and highly relevant content that drives that forward. As professionals, we also have trigger event communities. One of the best ones that I would cite to have you look at is Rigid Power Tool has a plumbers forum. Now that's plumbers talking to plumbers about plumber stuff. But basically what it is that if you're a plumber and you have a challenge at a house or wherever you're at, what you can do is you can go out and open a thread, and a thread is basically a conversation, a question. You pose the question, and then other plumbers from all over the world will come out and answer it for you. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that they do that is really indicative of a trigger event community, because they're looking for experts, and I think this is really smart, is that Rigid Tool gamified the system. So what that means is they watch the answers that you're giving as a plumber, and if they're all really good, you accumulate points, and the points allow you to go from a plumber to a junior plumber, to a senior plumber, to a master plumber, so that if you just look at the answers, you can say that was from somebody who really knows what they're talking about. And so they gamified it on the positive side so that they reward their people with a higher title as they give more and more good answers. On the other side, though, that's really interesting, is they also allow you to blackball somebody. So if a plumber's coming out and giving really bad answers, or they're pushing only one product, or they're doing something that's wrong, if 3 members blackball you, you're out of the community forever.
Oh, so I not only can't answer, I'm gone.
Yes, that's right. And you'll see that to be a characteristic of both passion and trigger event markets. For example, I'm into doing classic cars. And if you go out there and we're one type of car, and you start talking about another type of car, we'll kick you out of the group because we're not interested in that. And so each community self-regulates, to make sure that they got the different types of people they want. Trigger event want to know that you're an expert and they want to engage with you. The other one is more peer-to-peer, but you better be on topic of my passion or else you're gone. Or you better not give me bad advice on the trigger event side or you're gone.
If I want to be with them a long time, I want to grow my audience, means longevity. How do I think about doing that?
As we'll talk about in the next section, really what you want to think about doing is first becoming a member of the community, and a positive member of the community. You can't come in like, oh, I know everything and why didn't you ask me before, or you're gone. And so first you want to become a participant. And then we'll talk about a couple of tactics you can use that'll begin to build a base for you to slowly move yourself from a member to a participating member to an expert, if that's where you want to go, or an influencer.